Hi everyone. Today is Thursday, November 16th, 2017. I just want to do a quick video on an article that I'm going to be releasing today called, Money Has Light and a Dark Side. Um, we're in interesting times on Earth. Probably hundreds and hundreds, maybe even thousands of years ago, money was established. Originally as an exchange for, you know, product for trade, that type of thing. But then a dark intention stepped in and I don't want to get into the details of it, but money became a control object. And unfortunately, money has controlled us ever since that agenda, that intention, and people started using it as such. And so a lot of people are enslaved to money in many different ways. And my article doesn't necessarily touch on that exactly, but it does touch on the fact that it has a light side and a dark side. So the dark side is that we can become victims to the influence of money. And I have seen it in my own life, and I've seen it in lives of my friends and family where money influenced so much that it caused unhappiness. And people got into what I would call probably a cycle where they didn't have enough money, or money was a cause of a brutal situation unfolding, to money caused major conflict. um, it just can become a really dark experience for just the energy of money, and then how it affects other people. So when we lose jobs, or we go through divorce, or there's death, and there's this resistance energy around money. Maybe there's some people aren't feeling like they're paid fairly, or some people feel like somebody makes more money than they do, and or sometimes money becomes an issue in a situation in family, or we struggle with having enough money, and our means, um, the things we need in life, are not met. And so that's the dark side of money. And then you also have a lot of people in the world that do really good with money, and then there's a lot of people in the world that control lots of people because with money. So very rich elite people that control the masses with their money. And so the downside of that is that energy is running, and the light side is running too. So, there's a lot of good in the world. Very rich people also give to really good causes and help people, feed children, and stop poverty, and put processes in place. But both grids, if you want to think about it that way, both matrices exist in the earth grid. And so what happens is, the dark side is deep and dense and heavy and lower vibration, and the light side is upbeat and wonderful. And so these two opposing forces are both influencing the experience of money, affecting the influence of money, affecting all of us in either positive or negative ways. And so when we get into these situations where money is a problem, we start to pull from the dark side, and then we have that energy start to run in our lives and affect our lives, so that things don't go so well. And the more we focus on the negative, the more we draw negative into our lives. It can become such a seriously vicious cycle that then, you know, um, it pulls really hard on people, especially nowadays with the shift of ages. Everything is so intensified, amplified, and so when we get into a money trouble situation, it just gets dark and deep and heavy, and it's hard to see yourself out of it until maybe an angel comes along and hands you $100 and said, "Don't worry about it, more will come," or perhaps someone offers you a job, or something light bearing shows up to help shift you back into the light side of money. So, because the dark and the light are running, we either have to be serious managers of our thoughts around money, or we just stop talking about money or experiencing money situations, and move it into what I would call an energy realm. So, because money has this deep, dark, heavy, I don't know, story, influence, misuse of power, all of these things running, it's a fine line going from light to dark. So I guess my question to all of us would be, what side do you want to be on? Well, of course, the light side, but is that easy to do when there's so much scarcity running in the collective? Is that easy to continue to operate from that place of, oh, I've got this, it's all easy and money's easy and things flow, and really believe that and mean it when you're surrounded by scarcity influences? So, especially as we come up into Christmas and the giving the holiday season, you know, it's a challenge. So, my recommendation in this article that I wanted to talk to you about today is get out of the whole concept of money, get out of the whole idea of money, jump ship, so to speak, and quit speaking about money. Quit talking about how you don't have enough or you're going to need to collect some money or save some money before you can do this, right? Just stop talking about money, period. Don't talk to anyone, spouses, friends, family, enemies, neighbors. Stop talking about it. Stop fueling it. Stop interacting with that grid completely and fully. You'll find that most people who, are really balanced abundantly in their life, they have things they need coming to them all the time, and they're happy and they're go lucky and things are just good. You won't hear them talk about money because they're out of that grid. So it's a big deal, and it's super important right now for another reason. So stop talking about money. Consider money just energy. If I'm in an upbeat vibration and I can think positively, more energy will come to me, and perhaps money is one way that energy shows up. Maybe it'll be resources, maybe it'll be friends helping me out, maybe a job will be offered to me. Quit focusing on money. I can't state that enough, and I'll tell you why. There is a big thing going down in the human collective right now where, these dark, deep, intentional forces that controlled humanity through money are starting to dismember, and they're just coming apart. And this is a good thing. This is a good thing. We're going to hear some very interesting things maybe come down the pipe in the next year around, misuse of power, misuse of authority. And you know what? It's some of the richest, most elite people in the world that we're going to hear about. And you're going to go, what? Well, again, it's all that dark, deep story that none of us want to touch, taste, smell, or hear about. But it's real and it's operating at a certain level. And money is one portal we all have in common. We may not be the head of a conglomerate that controls movie making, for example, that's going to get involved in some pretty yucky, not so positive stuff in the next 6 months. But guess what? What we do have in common with them is the need for money. Okay? So I'm not kidding when I say get out of the story of money, period. Let the universe start to show up and help you in other ways. So if you're in need of more energy flowing to you to support your livelihood, your life, then you need to switch to an attitude of gratitude. You need to start to look at what you do have and start to focus on that and focus on the positives and stop perpetuating and fueling the negatives. I don't care what your story is. I mean that with love, but you're going to fuel it, you're going to add to it if you keep talking about it or even worrying about it or fretting about it. I want to just tell you a really quick little story. This is how it works, but you have to start to experience it to believe it, and then it starts to fuel and get momentum itself. So last week, I said to my husband, I want to fix our ceiling. We had some work done when we first moved into our house, and they took the popcorn ceiling off, and we never had it fixed. So it sits there different than all of the rest of my ceilings, and it looks funny. And I've thought about, it's 5 years I've been here, we should probably get it done. So I said to him it's literally on Monday, maybe Friday, I said it to him. It was last week sometime late. I said, I want to get that ceiling fixed soon. I'd really like to enjoy it fixed. And he said, yeah, let's do it. And that was it. Didn't think anything of it. And then Monday, I was driving out of my cul-de-sac, and here's this ceiling repair guy working right across the street at my neighbor's house. So I pull over and I said, "Hey, do you guys fix popcorn ceilings?" He says, "Oh yeah, that's our specialty." He said, "Yeah, here's my card." And yeah, this guy's it was actually the company guy rep was the one that I talked to, but the guy that does the work I didn't talk to. But he said, "The guy we have doing that is one of the best in the field." Boom, done. Thank you. Got my card, brought it home, put it on my board. Gonna arrange for them to come over and fix my ceiling. So you go, that's just coincidence. No, it's not. It is not. I did not worry about who was going to fix my ceiling, how it was going to be fixed, not even how much it was going to cost. I just said to my husband, let's fix it. He said, sure. We were both in a good vibration. And 3 days later, I have a contact and I know that it's going to go well. I just know. I don't have to worry. So that's the part that I want to share with you right now is that if you can be in alignment with what you want, don't worry the details. Just stay matter of fact about it. And then the universe will collude on your behalf. But if you're worrying about not having enough or not finding the right person or not having enough energy to have it happen, then the universe all starts to compact down, shut down, and you start to attach to other grids on the earth that aren't so healthy. So take my warning as serious. I have said it to people in my life, and I still hear them perpetuating the story. I don't have enough money. It's not going so well. I can't spend. And their life isn't going the way they want. And I go, well, that's because you're fueling the story you don't want instead of intending the story you do want and living it with faith, belief, and resolution. Period. So I needed to state it in physical terms with a video. And I'm really excited to see you guys soon. I have a book coming out. It is in print, but I don't have copies yet in Canada. So hang on, there it is right there. My new book, Shifting Timelines. And I'm pretty excited about it. When I have more information, I will announce that it's hit the market. Anyways, thank you so much. I hope all is well with you, and I look forward to chatting soon. Take care. Bye bye.